morning, guys. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it. And I don't want to say that. I want to be thankful every day that I get to go up, get up and go to work. I don't want to say, oh, it's just Friday. And let that be it. How about that? Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Near Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Are you guys ready to get started this morning? Let's get it started. Hope you had a great day on yesterday. Great morning, Miss Valerie. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was sorry. Got caught up reading something. So, if you guys, I hope you guys caught the show on yesterday. The show was really for me yesterday. I walked myself through a whole lot. We read a quote talking, and it was talking about don't lose trying to help other people win. And I think that's very important for us to remember and for us to know as we start on this journey, as we get started and moving along our way. I was trying to find us a quote for today. I have so many. Safe travels, Miss Valerie. Safe travels. I was looking. I had a quote here on my desk, but I cannot find it. And hold on, let me see if I see it over here. I hope everybody is ready to get this day started. I found, this is what I was looking for right here the other day. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Joy. I have a better voice this morning. How you doing this morning? All right, y'all. So, yesterday we had a really good, I had a good time yesterday, if nobody else did. So today we're going to talk about, wrong mouse. My quote here. Yes, it is summertime and we are in the house for the summer. So I want to go back to a topic that I've done before. And because I think it's important that we keep focused, I think, and understand some things. And on this journey, y'all, when we trying to figure things out, right? And we trying to find, oh, Jojo, or Lord, what's my purpose? What am I doing? As we're trying to figure all of that out, it can be overwhelming. But sometimes, perhaps you just need a reminder. And this is one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to combine it. I have two, as my mother calls them, rats. I have two rats, two mouse in front of me, a mouse for each computer, and I'm trying to scroll with one on the other computer. It's not working. So here's my quote by Audre Lorde. And if y'all been with me for a while, you know I got obsessed with this quote. It says, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. And I think on this Fearless Friday, Freedom Friday, Friday holiday, and as you may be doing some inward reflections and thinking, because that's what this journey is all about, is to really think differently than what you've been thinking, is to know that if you could just take a minute to be powerful and to use your strength in the service of your vision, then it's become less and less important whether you're afraid. That simply means if you focus on what you are supposed to be doing, and if you have no idea what that calling is for you to do, we are all put here for a reason, even if it's to be the best mama, grandma, whatever it is, or if you feel that calling to do something greater and you're not quite sure what it is, please go take a bubble bath. Men too, go sit in that bathtub. But no phone, no book, no kid. Lock the doors, turn out the lights, and sit there and let the thoughts come and be quiet. And I promise the thoughts are going to come to you. Right now, you're just so busy and inundated with everything. You can't figure out what you want to do or what you're called to do because life has taken over your whole mind and brain, and there's no space for the answer that you're seeking to come. So when you dare to be powerful, to use your strength in the service of your vision, then it becomes less and less important whether you're afraid. So when you understand what your purpose and what you're here to do, happy Friday, then it becomes less important whether you're afraid. That has been so true for me. Y'all know October of last year, I was like, y'all, I'm going all in. And the more I have allowed myself to accept all the things that JoJo is supposed to do, nobody on this earth can do but JoJo. The more I learn to accept that, the more I learn to stand in that, to understand that, the less and less important it becomes if I'm afraid of what I need to do. I have no idea how I'm going to open up a bookstore. I just know it's going to be open. I know there's going to be a bookstore. I am no longer afraid to say that I want to do the Women's Sisters Retreat, August 23rd through 25th. It's going to be in Clearwater, Florida. I'll post a link in just a second. I'm no longer afraid to say that. I'm no longer afraid to say, I really want to do this book tour, or I really want, and I learned that it's not arrogant to say the things that you want to accomplish and the things that you want to do. It is there for a reason. The good Lord put it in you. He put it in front of you. He's bringing to your remembrance. Whatever the case may be, it is there for a reason. There's a fine line between being arrogant and having an ego and being confident. We can do all things through Christ, right? That's what the Bible says. It takes a level of confidence. Like right now, look at your job. You're very confident in the job that you do right now. You're very confident in that. That's not the problem. Your ego is intact because you know exactly what you're doing. The same thing when you start to understand your purpose and stand in it and understand the things that only you can do. I'm JoJo from Far City. I went to Cool Springs Middle School. Loved that middle school. And in the 8th grade, my parents divorced, 7th grade. So I moved to Union Mills. And then I went to RS Central, and I went to Union Mills Middle School. I went, so who am I to be telling anybody anything? However, there are some things that I know. And as the only Live Past Crazy specialist, what better place to be than here with me? Who better than to share? So when you dare to be powerful, to use your strength in the service of your vision, then it becomes less and less important whether you're afraid. And I think if you look at other people around you and you wonder, how do they do this or how do they do that? It's simply when you start to rest and understand your purpose and the things that you are to do, it becomes less and less whether you're afraid or not. And so here's the thing. You can never doubt what it is you're supposed to do. So y'all know my rule, your excuses are always going to be valid. That's always going to be true. They're always going to be that. Yes, you're a single parent. Yes, you may be married to a crazy man. Yes, your husband may not support you. Yes, you may not like your job. Your mama don't support you. All of your excuses for not doing something are always valid. They're valid. They are real to you, and they are real obstacles that you have to overcome. It does not negate the fact that you cannot doubt what you are supposed to do. They go hand in hand. Because if my excuses are never going to change, I then have to decide what am I going to do with my excuses. And y'all know you have to decide. Grant Cardone will tell you have to decide if you're going to be committed or interested. Because if I'm interested, I'm going to let my excuses dictate what I do. Because he says if you're interested, that means you are really pumped up about the idea, But as soon as one of your real excuses happens, you're going to stop doing the thing, because then your excuse is the reason why you don't do it. But once you become committed to it, then your excuses are no longer valid. That means when you become committed, yes, your excuses are valid. Yes, they are real, but they have absolutely nothing to do with where you're going and what you want to achieve. And you can't, and with that, you can't doubt your purpose. You can't doubt. And if you don't like the word purpose, I feel like people use that so much. I say what it is. You can't doubt what makes your soul happy. You can't keep putting that off, because the more you put it off, the more of a different kind of outcome you're going to have. The more you put off not doing what makes your soul happy, or the thing that hurts your heart, as Dr. Trent says. What is the one thing that hurts your heart that you know that you need to be accomplishing, but you don't know how to start? Go back and watch the show on Tuesday. I think we talked about connecting the dots, how you take your big picture and work it backwards. If you have a small picture and work it forward, what is the thing that breaks your heart? Never doubt your gift. Never doubt that what you're doing now that you love to do, and that thought, nobody wants to know this, they do. And here's my quote. Let me get it for you, since we're here at home. It's my sticky note. I've had to write it twice since the original one. Somebody is waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. Somebody's waiting to hear your voice, and they will not move until you move. That means the thing that I need to accomplish in life, the bookstore that I need to open, the women's retreat that I need to do, I can't do it until you do your part. And I am my sister's keeper. And sisters and brothers, if Michael is on here, he's our resident man. We are all intertwined together. I am my sister's keeper. So Audre Lorde's quote for the day: when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. It becomes less and less important because I've got to rest and have confidence in I'm the only one that can do what I need to do. Period. I'm the only one that can do that. And nobody else can. And on this journey, if you missed the show yesterday, we talked about don't lose yourself, trying to help other people win. Please make sure you share that with somebody else. We get so caught up that we're busy helping other people succeed that and it's all tied together, we begin to doubt ourselves. And because we have bought in so much to somebody else's succeeding, making somebody else win, that we don't even think it's possible for ourselves. And winning can be anything from living past crazy to getting rid of an ugly relationship, redefining a relationship, redefining friendships, redefining relationships with your family, your friends, your job. It can be winning at whatever, but we can become consumed with helping other people win so that we no longer focus on ourselves. When you dare to be powerful in your strength, yours, and in the service of your vision, then it becomes less and less important whether you are afraid. So what is your strength? What is your vision? Because, thank you, Margaret. Margaret is hashtag change the world. The more Margaret stands on hashtag change the world, the more people she meets, the greater her circle grows, the greater her impact, the greater her tribe. Mine is I am my sister's keeper. The more I understand that every day it is up to me to share with my sister one thing, something. It doesn't have to be, oh, let me sit down and have a philosophical debate, discussion with you. It's simple. Sister, this is what I would like for you. Hey, sister girl, how you doing? Have you thought about this? I may say it in passing. I may say it in a conversation. But the more I stand and rest in who JoJo is supposed to be, and I'm loving every bit of this journey because I am full of myself. Remember, Oprah says that's a compliment, because if you're full of yourself, that means that you are full of your purpose, your dreams, your aspiration, and your cup runneth over so that you can continue to give Yes, be authentic. Absolutely, Miss Valerie. And so when I stand in that, then it becomes my power. Then it becomes less and less whether I'm afraid or not. Because I'm doing the thing that makes my soul happy. And I am committed to that. And all else doesn't matter. So you can't doubt your purpose or your gift or your vision. Don't doubt your vision. Period. Put it somewhere where you can see it. That's my mantra every day. That's my mantra over there, hanging on the wall. Read it every day. Don't doubt it. And if you need to put the sticky notes up, if you need to do all the things, then please by all means do that as a reminder, my sister, that you are far smarter, far greater, way more amazing than you could ever imagine, beyond past what you have right now. And if you're God's girl, we can throw some Bible verses in there, because he said your foundations were made with rubies. He said to take the sides off your tent so that he can enlarge your territory. He said wherever you place your foot, I have already given it to you. But he also said you got to turn and go north, and north is up. He also said this thing you will not see a second time. And he also said, you're gaining all this information and this knowledge, but you're not putting it to use. It's going to take action. So when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. And that's by my girl, Audre Lorde. Please, and Lorde is her last name. Please make sure you check out that quote. I absolutely love it. And so we're combining that with never doubt your purpose or your gift. I don't care if you've been sick. I don't care if you are sick. It doesn't matter, because your excuses are always going to be valid. Period. The reality is your excuses are valid. It does not negate the fact that you still have a purpose to do. Now, you may have to work within the parameters of what you've been given, but your purpose, my sister and my brother, has never, ever changed. Period. When I was laid up in the hospital, sick, and they had no idea. Yes, please check out Miss Valerie with Esther's Purpose. Be authentic. Miss Valerie is an amazing speaker, and she has a podcast. So she's on WYTV7, which is a Christian network. So Miss Valerie, post your link down so people can catch your show. And I did an interview with Miss Valerie as well. It's over on the YouTube channel, so you guys can catch that. But when you think about it, when I was laid up in the hospital, they really thought I was dying. They had no idea what was wrong with me. And when I got home, my purpose was still there. And even as I was trying to rebuild myself, my purpose didn't go away. It became clearer afterwards that I can play with this if I want to, but it's not playing with me. It's not playing. It ain't taking no prisoners. Y'all remember we used to say that back in the day? Whose song was that? We used to wear that on a shirt. Take no prisoners. It's not taking any prisoners. Your purpose is your purpose for a reason. And it is burning in your soul, in your thoughts and ideas for a reason. And if you need to share it with somebody, you can share it with me. I am the safe place for you to come and share. And it doesn't have to be an awkward conversation. It doesn't have to be like, oh, JoJo, well, no, it can be, hey girl, listen, I got this idea, and trust me, I'm going to take the conversation from there. And that's open for all my sisters and my brothers, period. But we've got to rest in it and stay. You got to stand in that thing. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Good morning, Kiba. Yes, you did have Margaret on the show too. Yeah, both of us. Thank you so much. Kiba, we're going over one of my favorite quotes. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. Dare to be powerful today on this Fearless Friday, Freedom Friday, Friday. It's a 4-day weekend, 3-day week, 4-day weekend, whatever. You ain't got to go back to work till Tuesday. Dare to be powerful and think about it. Use the strength of your vision and how you to service people with that. Think about that. You know what you're supposed to do. Stand in it. Dare to be powerful in that today. And when you do that, then it becomes less and less important. Y'all, I'm working this out with you guys every single day. Every day. Because what was it, last month? A month ago, I told you guys I was afraid to do the women's retreat. Kiva called me instantly after the show. She was like, I'm going to help you. Margaret called me after the show. I'm going to help you. I said, I want to open up a bookstore. People call afterwards. I want to help you. When you dare to be powerful, to use the strength of your service, to use my strength in the service of my vision. That means when you stand in confidence that even if you don't know, and I am working on being a reformist know-it-all, if I just stand in what I am supposed to do, never doubt your purpose or your gift. You can't doubt it. I do enough of that for everybody, because sometimes I can be the Debbie Downer when I think about, well, Jojo, now, who are you to be doing this again? Why do people want to come listen to you? Who do you think you are? But when you don't doubt that, when you dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. So there will be the women's retreat, August 23rd through the 25th in Clearwater. Let me post that link one more time so you can go ahead and get your early bird ticket. And if you know a friend or family or sister member who needs to come, it is for them as well. So when you dare to be powerful and you stand in it, what's going to happen is doors are going to open that you never assumed would open. I'm not going to say that it's not, the beginning part is not hard. I'm not going to say that. But you have to understand, yes, your excuses are valid. Yes, you have everything working against you or maybe not in your favor. And they will be there, my sister. They're going to be there. But what are you going to do? Are you going to let that stop you, or are you going to stand in the strength of your service? Are you going to dare to be powerful that in spite of my excuses, which are valid, because sometimes we use our excuses, which are valid, to relieve ourselves of the responsibility of doing what we need to do. Meaning, I'm going to take all my excuses and say, this is why I cannot accomplish this thing. It is because all of these things are happening. Because they're happening, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to continue to allow them to happen to me, allow the situation to continue, and I'm not going to be powerful. I'm not going to stand in the strength of my service. I will be afraid. And the cycle will continue. It will never stop. Audre Lorde, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. Y'all, I read that every morning. It is on my computer at work. It is on my phone. It is on my laptop. So every time I open it up, I see it as a reminder. Jojo, you've got to dare to be powerful. You have to. What's not going away is your purpose. And you can't doubt that. You can never doubt your purpose or your gift. You can question it. You may think it's not really yours, but it's not going away for a reason. It's waiting on you to dare to be powerful. It's waiting on you. And to use the strength of your service. And you're far stronger than you ever imagined. You are changing people's lives every single day. Every day. I can name a gazillion people who've changed my life over and over and over again, who helped me in the strength. Like, listen, when I decided to move and I cashed in my 401k and I moved out my house, a lady I met at Girl Scouts said, we were talking, and I told her, she was like, well, if you need a place to stay, you can come stay with me. And she let me stay with her for a whole month. Because our children were friends. She let me stay with her a whole month, and we became fast friends. But she allowed me to stay with her a whole month as I transitioned to another place to begin another journey. Not to say I wasn't afraid, but I had to dare to be powerful, because I knew. And y'all, now I'm able to put words to it. Before I was not. And so now I understand that I had a vision, that was up here, but I couldn't see it here. And so along the way, there were people who were put in place that become a stepping stone. So that lady, and her name is Tanya, she allowed me to stay in her house. She didn't charge me a thing. Like, I took the kids, you know, when people do something for you, do for them. I cleaned the house, I cooked, took care of the kids, you know, because I was so thankful that she allowed, but she was one of my stepping stones to help me get there. And I didn't necessarily know where I was going, because y'all know I talk about that invisible stretch of the road. I didn't necessarily know where I was going. I didn't have a well thought out plan. Please understand, I did not. I had money from a 401k, and I had no job, and I had 2 kids, and I didn't have a place to stay, and all my stuff was in storage, and what I could fit in my car was in my car, and that's all I had. And I hit the road. But I knew that something, when I dared to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, I knew that there was something I couldn't, and I didn't know quite yet what I needed to do, how I needed to do it. I couldn't even put it into words. I just knew that right there, at that moment, in that space, in that location, at that time, it was not it. And she allowed me the safe place to transition to somewhere else. And then it was the next person who allowed me the safe place to transition till I found the job, till I was able to do the things I needed to do. Yeah, the plan was not clear. It was not thought out at all. I mean, it was thought out to an extent, but it was me learning to trust the knower in me. That before, I had always let other people overtalk, or I had always pushed down because I didn't trust myself to make good decisions. Guilty. Anybody else guilty of that? I didn't trust myself to make good decisions, so I allowed other people to make them for me. I allowed my mama to say, well, JoJo, you know, that man ain't quite right. You probably don't need to date him. Well, JoJo, you know, if I was you in this job, they wouldn't talk to me like that, and this is what you should do. And instead of me saying, hey, this is not really how it works, I ate what I trusted and allowed myself to listen to other people that perhaps put me in predicaments that were uncomfortable, simply because I didn't trust myself to make decisions, because I was a people pleaser and wanted to please other people. So I went with their decision instead of my own. But then I have to deal with the consequences of their decision for my life that I had no input in, but I'm having to live the consequences for. That's hard. That's a hard place to be, my sister. Because now I'm mad as hell because I'm dealing with the consequences of their decision, but then I'm mad twice because I didn't stand up for myself. Number 3, I'm mad at myself because I allowed myself to go through the same thing again. Here you is dealing with somebody else's thought process and their suggestion because you didn't dare to be powerful yourself. You didn't speak up for yourself because you didn't trust yourself. So now you good and 38 mad because you're living the result of somebody else's decision on your life. It's a hard place to be, my sister. It's not only a hard place to be, there's a hard place to come out of. You got to come out of because you got to, 1, forgive yourself for allowing yourself to get in that predicament. Number 2, you have to realize why you got in there in the first place. Meaning, JoJo, you here because you trusted somebody else's word over your own. Simple. Point blank. You got to be dead honest with yourself. Number 3, dare to be powerful so that the next time it comes around, it's not going to happen that way again. And so when you dare to be powerful, to use your strength in the service of your vision, then it becomes less and less important whether you're afraid. Never doubt your purpose or your gift. Your excuses always be valid. They're always going to be there. But what are you going to do about them? Yes, single mother. Yep. Divorcee. Couple of times. Yep. Survivor of domestic violence. Yep. Been homeless. Yep. I've been all those things. But what am I going to do now? What am I going to do about that? Am I going to continue to let that define my story? Let it be my story? Or am I going to dare to be powerful? Because you've been through some things, so you have the strength of the thing that you've been through. You have the strength of that. These shoulders ain't hurting for nothing. You built up some muscle. You got the strength. You can stand it. You just got to trust yourself. Trust yourself to make the best decision for you. Trust yourself. You got this. You're smart. You're a smart girl. You got this. Make that decision today. Don't doubt your purpose or your gift. Yes, your excuses are valid, and they always will be. But stand. Dare to be powerful. That is one of my absolute favorite quotes. And her name is Audre Lorde. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important what I'm afraid. That means the more I trust myself to make decisions, the easier I can make decisions. And the easier it becomes for me to stand on my decision. Yes, exactly, Miss Valerie. And my sister, therein lies the entryway to crazy. That is the entryway to crazy. When you are not powerful enough to stand up and trust your own self to make your own decision, you are opening up the gateway for crazy. Crazy will continue. Crazy loves you. Crazy loves you on your job. Crazy loves you in your relationship. Crazy loves you in your friendships. If you don't learn to trust yourself, that you are making the best decision for yourself. Sisters, I am my sister keeper, and I say this with all the love I can muster in my whole soul. How it's going to continue in crazy in your relationship and at work. Well, let's just deal with relationships. We are afraid to be alone. And because we're afraid to be alone, we keep the floodgates of crazy open. We say we have a standard, but we don't hold ourselves accountable for the standard that we said that we want. Oh, he can only treat me like this, but when he brings us this, we accept it. You just open up the floodgates for crazy. We have got to learn. I've had to learn this. But y'all know, I kind of like always being by myself because I was a nerd. Now, if I was by myself, I could read books. But in terms of relationships, you've got to learn to love yourself. Me, myself, and I, all three of y'all. Learn to be okay with being alone. And because we're not okay, you got to learn to be okay being alone and not be angry, mad, and frustrated with being alone. Because you can be alone, say, well, I'm already alone, but it's coupled with don't nobody love me. Why am I by myself? Maybe I'm fat. Maybe I'm ugly. It's coupled with a whole lot of other things. So you're not enjoying being of the alone. You're not enjoying all the other things. Because you got all the other stuff going on. So in your alone time, you got to learn to trust yourself, love yourself, and respect yourself, and hold yourself to standard. So when somebody else comes in and you're like, wait a minute, I set this standard and I refuse to move it. Yes, it's going to deter some people, but boo, that's okay. And because we are not maybe mature enough or grown enough to learn to be okay with being alone without the extras. Maybe I'm fat, I'm ugly, don't nobody love me. Maybe what he said is true. Don't nobody want to love me because I am fat and ugly and I'm a bad mama and I'm a bad person. I do this. In that alone time, you need to address that. That's where that self-learning comes in. That's where trusting yourself, all of that work comes in. And as Miss Valerie said, when we have no boundaries, we are open to whatever life hands us. And then we are always reactive to life. Look at my earrings. Love me now. I love me now. You need some of these earrings as a reminder. Love me now. Be okay with being alone. Is it hard in the beginning? If you're not used to it, yup. Ain't even gonna lie. Take the power back of you. You're powerful. You're smart. You're strong. Take it back. You gave it to somebody momentarily. And okay, we made a mistake. Forgive yourself. Okay, JoJo, you made the mistake. This your second divorce. It's okay. This your second name change. It's all right. Now, let's keep moving. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important. And right now, if you need to dare to be powerful in the strength of your vision is simply to love yourself, boo, be powerful. Don't not change what you need to change, that you think you need to change to fit somebody else. You change for you. You work on you. And then hold yourself accountable to what you just said. And when you do that, when you hold yourself accountable to the standards that you set, then relationships become easier. Then friendships become easier. Then those conversations with parents become easier. Until such time, it's always going to be hard. Never doubt your purpose or your gift. Your excuses are always valid. You're a single mom, divorcee twice, survivor of domestic violence, fired from jobs. All the things, those excuses are valid. But when I learned to trust JoJo and I dare to be powerful and I hold myself to the same standard I expect somebody to come to me with, then, and you know what else happens? When you hold yourself to those standards, other people see it. You ain't got to tell it. You ain't got to tell it to them. You ain't got to tell nobody you working on yourself and that you changing your standard, you changing things, because they're going to see it and they're going to know it. And then they will address you as such, meaning they're going to come to you a certain way because they know they can't come to you the way they used to, because they can't quite put their finger on it, but they know JoJo not taking that they know. Hold yourself to the standard that you want somebody else to. If you want a man to step to you correct, you need to step to yourself correct, sister. You want him to love you, give you all the things, you need to love you and give you all the things. Take yourself out to dinner. Do all the things. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, my sister. Because if you do not, then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to compromise because we're not trusting ourselves. And if we don't trust ourselves, then we will continue to live somebody else's version of us. Hello, somebody. That's why I never got the nose ring, because I was busy living somebody else's version of my life. That's why I never got the tattoo. Be peaceful, period. I was busy living somebody else's version of my life. And if y'all been with me, y'all know I got this in December. I got this 3 weeks ago. I'm not playing with this journey. I'm elbows in. I'm in on this journey. My girl, Audre Lorde, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. I will have this women's retreat August the 23rd through the 25th. It will happen, and it will be an amazing time for my sisters. It's going to be something you have never been to before, never imagined, because I know what it was like when I was searching for something. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and every place I went, it wasn't it. That's why I can understand what my sister needs, because I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. It is that serious. It is that simple. It is that complicated. I am my sister's keeper. And I take that very seriously. Never doubt your purpose or your gift. Your excuses are valid. Yep, the bill's gonna come. Yes, I've been divorced twice. Yes, I'm a survivor of domestic violence. Yes, I've been homeless. Yes, I done lived in a shelter. Yep. I've done all the things. Yes, car has been repossessed. Yes, I've taken gas out the lawnmower to put in my car. I've done all the things. But when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, and that simply means when you finally understand your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing, when you rest in that, it becomes less and less important whether you're afraid. And then you understand the power that you have. My sister, you got the power to do amazing things. You're far smarter, far greater than you could ever imagine. And you will change the world. I'm waiting on you to do your thing so that together we can change the world. I'm waiting on you to do that. You are so amazing. And if you have children, you produced a whole human. If you don't have children, you have negated and navigated this life and made decisions so you are where you are now because of the decisions you made. And you telling me you can't trust yourself? What? You better learn to trust the knower. Trust the ancestors that got your back. I'm just saying. You got to take this journey seriously and be peaceful. That's why I have this on here. Be peaceful. That's my end goal. And I know if I continue to stay with the fact that I am my sister's keeper, I'm going to be peaceful. And then I'm going to be powerful because I'm standing in the strength and the service of my vision. And it's not important whether I'm afraid or scared. All I know is it won't stop until I accomplish that thing, period. So I hope this has helped somebody this morning. Never doubt your purpose of your gift. And if you have no idea what your purpose or your gift is, please get quiet. Please do some meditation. And meditation, I don't mean you trying to control your thought. Let all the thoughts come. And then the ones that stick with you, those are the ones that are supposed to stick with you. Go to that bathroom, shut the door, lock it, turn out the lights, no phone, no book, no nothing. And do a detox bath. You want some baking soda, some peroxide, and some essential oils. Get down in that bathtub and let your soul be free, girl. Free yourself from yourself. A to the men. Amen, girl. You think JoJo won't do a detox bath and get in there and turn on some meditation music and be quiet and listen to my thoughts as they come? Because that is you talking to you. That is your soul speaking to you, giving you the direction that you need. And you're not getting the direction that you need because we're inundated with all the things. With the radio, the TV, the talking, the gossip, the people, the relationships, the man, the girl, the job. Boo. How you supposed to know when everybody talking but you? We are both the problem and the solution. Go back and check. Go to Facebook. Go over to the YouTube channel. You can and if you search that, we are both the problem and the solution. You can catch the video on that. We are both the problem and the solution. The solution is in us. The answer you're seeking is there. You got so much noise going on, you can't hear the answer. It's here. It's right in front of you. Now you got to be willing to do the work of the answer, but it is there. I hope this has helped somebody today. Please look up Audre Lorde. Let me see if I can't find the quote on this computer, because I got it on my other one. When I dare to be powerful in the strength of my service, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. I'm just saying. Today, hold yourself to the standard that you want from everybody else. And don't move from that. Hold yourself to it. You want somebody else to step to you correctly, you step to yourself correctly, sister. I'm just saying. This is the link for the YouTube channel, so you can binge watch all the Fearless morning shows, because we have over 400 over there. The Live Past Crave week, I'm taking a book on tour. If you've not read book 1 or book 2, please make sure you go read it. If you want me to come to your city, please let me know. Right there, that link is where you can pre-order your book. It is on sale for $9.99. And if you want me to come to your city, here's the link where you can suggest your city. If you want to host me as a girlfriend retreat inside of your house, and you want to be an intimate event with you and your girlfriend, we talk about how to really get past crazy so we can get real with ourselves, for real. We are all up for that. Okay. Here's the link for the girlfriends retreat. And it's not going to be one of them retreats where we sit in a room and we got to pretend that we bougie and we got our life together. Please come comfortable with some jogging pants and your sweatshirts. We're going to have a good time. We'll have a nice dinner. We'll do all the things. But please understand, we come as sisters to be our sister's keeper and to be real with that thing. We're not playing. We coming with all the things. We coming with all of it. Okay? So make sure you get your early bird ticket. Bring a sister with you. It is by the water. And y'all know the water is important to me because and I'm going to tell the story and I got to go. I was afraid of water. Y'all, afraid of water. And where's the book at? I read this book in the airport, The Untethered Soul. And I have it marked in here. Where he talks about sometimes we have inherent... Miss Beverly, if you hosting, I'm coming. where we have inherited fear. We have fear because our grandma passed it down to our mama, who passed it down to us, and we're passing it down to other people. And when I read that, it made me think, Jojo, why are you afraid of flying? And why are you afraid of water? Because my mama's mama was afraid of flying. So my mama passed it down to me, and I'm passing it down to my children. Y'all, after I read that paragraph, I got on that plane with no problem. I then went on another Renew You retreat and got in the water. It's called The Untethered Soul, and it is by Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul. When I tell you, when I got to the Renew You conference, I met this lady, the Radiant Expression. She is a Reiki master. So if you know what a Reiki master is, please go out and Google it. And so when I met her, the first word she said to me, we introduced ourselves and we had to meet with us. They said, grab the person's hand next to you. And I've never told anybody this story. So y'all the first one if you weren't at this retreat. So she's standing on the other side of the room. Homegirl come and grab my hand. And she looks in my eyes and she says, I see you. I said, well, she said, I see you. I promise y'all, I started crying. Had no idea who she was, what she was doing. And I call her my Fiesta because she would introduce herself as that. And her name is Carolina Perez. And it's called Radiant Expression. And so she did an exercise in the water where we did a lot of deep breathing. We relaxed our thoughts. And y'all, normally when I step my foot in water, I'm hyperventilating. By the time I get in water and it is up to my ankles and my thighs, I can't catch my breath and I am full panic mode. I'm shaking. I don't have a coherent. I'm deathly afraid of water. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops with this lady. This was right after she said, I see you. And that's all she said to me. If she said something else, I don't know because I didn't hear it. All I heard her say was, I see you. As she held my hand, I promise she looked in my whole heart. And then we went out there to the pool and we did some breathing exercises. When I tell y'all, JoJo was in the middle of the pool with water up to here, didn't even know it. I looked around, I promise I was crying in the water. And the ladies that were at the retreat, when I finally got a minute to tell them, they was like, oh, that's great. But I don't think they understood my fear. After we did this thing, later on that night, I got on my bathing suit, went back down to the pool by myself, got in the water. Normally, I'm only going to hold on to the edge, y'all, in the center of the pool all by myself. They were doing another little sister thing over there. Nope, JoJo steady, straight in the center of the water, living my best life for the rest of the weekend. Y'all, I'm telling you, when you start to walk on this journey, when you start to understand who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, as Audre Lorde said, when you dare to be powerful just for a second, to use your strength in the service of your vision. And that's why I take being my sister's keeper seriously. I never met this lady, but she became my instant sister. And I understood that she taught me something and is now urgently pressing upon me that I share more and more. So somebody else doesn't have to live in crazy. You don't have to be scared. The Untethered Soul, this is a deep book. If you ain't ready to do no real work on yourself, like get down for real, that ain't the book for you. And neither is this one, Radiant Expression. You got to be ready for that. But I am my sister's keeper. And those are some of the things that help me understand and realize, Jojo, you got to dare to be powerful. You got to use the strength of your service for your vision. And then it's going to become less and less important while you're afraid. And I had to get rid of fear first. I had to understand why the fear was there. Who gave it to me? Because I inherited it. That it was pushed and pressed upon me. Once I got rid of it, then it was easier to become powerful. Then it was easier to stand in it and be confident and be okay with it and not be arrogant with it. Y'all, never doubt your purpose nor your gift. I, as your sister, I'm waiting on you. I promise I can't do what I need to do till you do what you do. We are all intertwined together. So please, I invite you to come to the girlfriend's retreat. Bring your girlfriend with you. Bring one of your sisters with you. If you want to do an intimate event where it's just maybe you and a couple of your girlfriends at a time, then we can do that too. I'm there for all the things, okay? So just let me know. I'm just telling you, My mother gave me the fear of water. I don't know where she got it from, but I know the fear of flying came from her mother, because my mother she had trained to be an airline stewardess. And then her mother saw a plane crash and told her she could not get on the plane because they were not safe. And because her mother told her that and her mother was afraid of flying, my mother didn't go. She deterred her whole dream, her whole life for somebody else's fear. I need to tell my mama that, y'all. Oh, I need to tell her that. It's called Radiant Expression, and it's by Caroline. Let me type in. As I'm talking about my mama, she called her Radiant. I tagged her. And the subtitle is the book Size Matters. Y'all, like for real. And it's an easy read. Okay? And she talks about her life and she gives you some. And here's one that I marked. Trust yourself with your power. And she tells you, say it every day. I trust myself with my power. Y'all, she changed my whole life in 10 minutes. She told me, I see you. I don't know what else she said to me besides, I see you. She held my hand and said, I see you. Later, we were in the water. 10 minutes, I was over my fear of water. I'm telling you. I don't talk about her often. Oh, there she is. Hey, my friend. Can you post the link for your book? Because I typed it in there, but if you can post it in there. Yeah, and I got to tell my mama that. Because my mother was afraid of flying. Her mother was afraid of flying, so that made her afraid of flying. So my mother deterred her whole entire life and dream because of her mother's fears. Y'all, if that ain't deep on this here Friday, I got to get off of here and go tell my mama that. But then there would have been no JoJo if she had lived that life. There probably would have never been a me, which, you know, we're thankful JoJo's here. But just imagine where your life could be if you, as Audre Lorde said, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. Imagine today if you dare to be powerful and you trust yourself. Don't doubt your purpose or your gift. Don't doubt it. What if just today you did that? How would your life change? Where would you be? And if you're not where you need to be now, why? Are you living somebody else's fear? I got my whole life. I'm just saying. And y'all, I've marked up this book. I done drew in it. There's exercises. Please make sure you grab it. So, and then here, I'm going to close with this. Getting there, and to me, getting there is on my fearless journey, requires your perception to be upgraded constantly. You must be able to welcome more and more. Receiving can be a hard lesson to learn in abundance. Healing and updating your perception or perspective in your life. I'm just saying. That's on page 33. I got that September the 10th. I said, thank you, Beverly, for inviting people. My fear came from my mama's mama. My mother's mother was afraid of flying in water. She passed it down to my mama, who passed it down to me. And y'all passed it down to my kids. My kids was afraid of flying. Don't y'all know, after reading this book, meeting this lady, we all was on the plane, living our best life. Because what we're not, you are the torch bearer for your family. You're the one to break that generational curse, habit, thought process, whatever. You are the one. So let's go do it. Because what we not fixing to do is have my kids living out one of my great-grandmother's fears. Is that fair to them? So grab this book. And I'm going to close with her thought. So the fearless thought for the day was a quote by Audre Lorde. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important if I'm afraid. And the second thought was never doubt your purpose or your gift. Yes, your excuses are valid. And we're going to close out with my girl, Miss Perez, Radiant Expansion on page 33. Getting there, wherever there is, requires your perception to be upgraded constantly. You must be able to welcome more and more. Receiving can be a hard lesson to learn in abundance. Healing and updating your perception or perspective in life. These are the 2 books. Untethered Soul, Michael Singer. Rating Expansion, Size Matters. She's really, y'all, go check her out. She is my fiesta. Don't live out somebody else's fear 4 generations deep and you don't understand why. Start questioning some stuff and asking why. Y'all, I've so went over my time. I only meant to be 20 minutes. Here we are, 10 after 8. I appreciate everybody joining the Fearless Morning Show. Please make sure that you share it. Please make sure that you share it and that you help a sister out, because it is that simple, but yet that complicated if we choose to be so. Don't forget, here's the link for the Sisters Retreat. If you want to bring your sister with you, if you want me to come to your location, please let me know that as well. This is where you can pre-order my book for your event. And this is where you can recommend your city if you want to host me. Now, if you want me to do a more intimate girlfriend event where it's just you and a few of y'all girlfriends and we talk about some things, please let me know. I'm open for all the things. Today, dare to be powerful. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt your journey now, my sister. You done come too far. Here's my quote that's been hanging up for 2 years now. Somebody is waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. I'm waiting to hear your voice. I'm waiting for you to move. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing Friday. Please be safe over the holiday weekend. And I will see you here. Oh, well, no. I'll tell you guys that later. I will see you guys here bright and early on Monday morning. Please make sure you share the video, because sharing is caring. Let me share the YouTube channel, because if your friends and family do not have Facebook, they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there and catch it over there as well. So thank you guys so much for joining. I love you guys so much. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? And if you want these earrings, my lady made these for you. It says, "Love me now." And sister, you got to love yourself now. That's the first part. Don't be afraid to be alone on this journey. Be alone and be content. Don't be alone and be angry, mad, and frustrated because you're alone. Be alone and be content. Love me now. Exactly, baby. Somebody is waiting to hear your voice, and they will not move until you move. Stand in your purpose today, y'all. Let me close out with the quote. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. Be powerful today, my sisters. I wish you peace, love, and happiness. Be peaceful. Peace, abundance, and blessings to everybody on this here weekend. Please be safe, and I will see you here bright and early on Monday morning. Please make sure to share the video. I greatly appreciate it, because sharing is caring. Have a great one.